blow into the field and has them either live interact with eyewitness or have significant evidence found of a Sasquatch, which happened on the last expedition. Um, very, very amazing new technology. The DJI Maverick 3T is an exceptional device. I got my feet wet with it this year. Some stuff that so this is brand new technology, guys. It's right here. This is its case. It's $10,000 with all the bells and whistles and batteries and everything that I need on it, cards. And it's what we've learned a lot about it. We may actually have filmed. So let's talk about this. So we may have actually filmed a Sasquatch. Something quite significant happened. So I got a I got a thermal signature of something large, but I don't. Just learning how to use this drone. This is, again, nobody in the whole world really has an exceptional understanding of how to use this in the North American wildernesses. Nobody has years of experience because this technology is new, and so I'm just weeding through stuff. With it was with the expeditioners. It was Mark, Zach, and Dylan, three Alberta boys. That's never happened before. Wow, they did an excellent job. So I picked up this big heat signature, and it was very confusing the way it was situated. And I'm trying to fly the drone around at night, 600 feet approximately, maybe 550 I was at this time. So I was thinking that I'd come in on the object. So I did. I came down to about 400 feet, and it was a big heat signature, but it wasn't moving. That's a problem. Well, obviously, with this technology, is if it's a human being even, and he stands still, he looks just like when it's been summer. Some big rocks, some logs that are dark, they maintain a heat signature that matches a living being. I'm noticing that elk and deer and moose that I have filmed. We filmed mountain goats up in a mountain. Man, that was amazing. So really working out the bugs, and I mean bugs, because the drone it starts at ground zero, like 0 feet on the GPS, and it only goes 600 feet above that if that's what it's set for. And it's got all these limitations and stuff that are a big pain in the ass. I shouldn't have them where I do my research because there's no airplanes, there's no people, there's nothing out there. But there's still uh, limitations and settings and stuff that I have to deal with. I would have flown right up to the mountain goats, but they were so high up on the mountain that I reached that maximum ceiling, and I wasn't able to adjust it at that time. But we're learning stuff. So, anyways, big huge heat signature. I can't figure out what the heck's going on with it. Turns out this heat signature was on top of a tree. A big huge heat signature. So I got the expeditioners to go out there, and I didn't know it was on top of a tree. And this tree, I've had an incident with Kyle actually, where there was a Sasquatch in that tree as we drove into the research site last year. So, anyhow, big tree, maybe 50 yards back in the wilderness from the edge of our line of sight in the research area. And what was significant was, so they went out and they would disappear into the canopy. And the canopy, so the trees, the pine trees that are V-shaped still have a canopy. In fact, that's like a V-shaped tree is not what you really see out in the wilderness where I'm at, where in nature. They don't grow like that because they're fighting for sunlight in the crowd. So they won't have lower branches, they'll have upper branches. So what happens is I see this heat signature in the center of this tree, and as they approach it, they disappear because the upper canopy is concealing them. And they don't see these branches, the branches are above them. So they're moving towards this heat signature, and then they disappear, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I can't even direct them because this canopy is maybe 15 feet in diameter. So they disappear, and man, they were having a hard time. They were feeling some weird energy, and um, it was pitch black at night, and these brave dudes, man, they were like, they were feeling some fear, I'll tell you. So, because there was something out there. Can you imagine? Like I'm yelling at them, 10 yards straight north, 5 more yards, and they're there, and like they're looking for it in the dark. There's something there that's got a big heat signature. Little did they know, it was probably that heat signature. I have the footage of it. I would say it was at least 25 feet above them. So they're walking under the canopy, and they wouldn't even be able to see it, right? because it's dark outside. And if there's a Sasquatch, you know, maybe even 30, probably more like 30 feet above them. Yeah, 30, even 40 feet above them. And so there's a canopy of the tree. And as the tree comes up to the cluster, that's where the heat signature was at the top. And it was not moving, but a Sasquatch wouldn't be moving around. There was no. So what happened was, I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. I aborted the mission. They came back out. I saw the heat signature and I kind of spun around and did a loop, came back like 5 minutes later, heat signature gone. Right? So, lesson learned, right? What happened to that heat signature? And I'll tell you, if it was a rock or a hot top of the tree, it wouldn't have lost its heat signature for 30, 40 minutes. That's not even true. I'm full of crap. 3 hours. So I noticed that everything else in that area, the low level ambient heat was the same. And this hot spot that drew me to it had gone cold. So after reviewing the footage, I'd like to even tell Zach and Dylan and Mark something was there, guys. And I haven't told them this. They had all this. They were like really. I don't know how to explain it. These are brave dudes, super brave. They're all hunters. They've got bear hunting experience, and you know, Mark. He's got a picture of this big, enormous. I think it was a spring bear that he shot. Beautiful, cinnamon black bear. But you know, these are some brave dudes. Dylan's like half Cree. He's a experienced hunter, and Zach is probably the most empathic person in the group. He was really feeling something, and yeah, I don't know what to say. This just comes with experience, guys. Like we're just gonna keep hitting this. You know, that was my first wilderness missions. I was learning, you know, the moose, the deer. Like we got an elk and a deer, and then I got to fly some bears. We see bears a lot, so I got to go chase them, even if it's in the daytime. We'll get some killer, amazing HD 4K footage from this drone, but tremendous learning experiences. So, what I've also learned is the Sasquatch are such great teachers. These guys, oh my God, we came back. Our legs, like we went up this mountain to go to. This has never been done before. And when I got up there and I told these three guys, so we went up this incredibly steep hill, and there was busted down, broken trees. Like it was a freaking nightmare. That's where our legs got all cut up. We were like crawling on logs and climbing over, you know, steep trees that were all on this pretty steep side of the mountain for hours. We hiked up through this, got pretty badly busted up, especially Mark and Dylan. Their legs were like really messed up. So it looked bad. But we get to the top and we find Sasquatch tree bags for Sasquatch. And for the first time in the history of this research, Todd Standing took 3 men into 100% Sasquatch habitat. We actually went past tree breaks for Sasquatch, telling the Sasquatch, people are down over there, and this is Sasquatch habitat over there. We literally reached the top of this mountain peak and to come over and down the other side. And on one side, it was the Sasquatch breaks indicating there are people over here, and the other side indicating this is where Sasquatch habitat was. And they broke through for the first time. I've never done that with Survivor Man, not anybody, nobody. The only person that's broken over onto that side of the mountain range, which is complete Sasquatch habitat, it's a totally different ball game over there, is Todd Standing. So that was amazing. They were excited about that. And what happened? You guessed it. About, I'd say honestly, 80 yards away, a Sasquatch approached us. Boom! It hit rock on tree, clear as day, dead silent, no wind. And you know what? We felt it coming. They were empathically speaking with us. I literally, right before the knock happened, I picked up my head because I was kind of laying down, meditating, feeling into it, and we were all in that. We were all feeling that energy, and then I was about to say, "Something's about to happen." I actually held myself back from saying, "Something's about to happen," is what I wanted to say. I didn't want to break the silence, and then there it was. I didn't want to speak over the sound that was coming. I didn't know what it was, but then when that rock hit the tree, loud, guys, clack, so loud, we all knew. We had no doubt. And we also, from there, we couldn't go down and investigate the tracks and stuff because I had to perform a ritual that'll let the Sasquatch come around us a little closer. It's a trust ritual. See, when the Sasquatch, they know I'm a tracker. I'm a very skilled tracker. and they know I can track them for a distance. And they don't want to be tracked home, especially in their own home habitat. They want to feel safe to engage with me without being concerned with me tracking them around and following them back. Tracking any species is a gift. It's a very powerful gift. It gives you power over an animal to follow it and know its life, and get insight into the things it's doing, whether it's eating, foraging, going for water, hiding, you know, sleeping at night. It tells a story, and it's a tremendous gift that only human beings and Sasquatch do. Bears and mountain lions, all those predators, they hunt by scent. They don't follow trackways. They don't read trackways the way a tracker does. So, tracker to tracker, the best thing I could do at that point is to tell those trackers that I'm not coming back in there. And I showed these gentlemen how I proceed to do that. And it gets the Sasquatch very excited when I show them respect and show them that we could go over there and we're not going to. It's just it's a way of, some people have this approach where they'll just chase them relentlessly and just not think. You just run around like a chicken with your head cut off, and you won't get success with Sasquatch like that. You've got to think. You've got to be technical. You've got to be intelligent. You've got to. There are days the Sasquatch come around. They don't take the apples. They're trying to show me something. They're teaching me a lesson. We're not ready for this. We're not doing that. We're not interacting. There are days when they're around. They don't do anything. No interactions with it at all. And that was happening a lot on this expedition. They were there making little sounds and testing us, but not beyond that, because it's these guys got exactly what they needed. I'll tell you, I'll speak on behalf of them. It was life changing for all three of them. They've all gone up to a new level in their human existence. They've developed. They literally, and this is what I felt too, was these men came out here and they took care of business. They had nothing. So it's you have mental health, spiritual health, emotional health, physical health, and sexual health. So they made sure that all their levels of health were in the best alignment they could have. And they didn't leave anything behind where they had a bill to pay that was weighing on them, or they had a relationship that was paining them, or some argument they were having with somebody else. They came out there clear at the highest level of what they're capable of. And and it was impressive. These are amazing people. I was really impressed with these guys. Tough as hell. Like Alberta boys. What do you say? Like, so amazing. Alberta boys are like Texas boys in Canada. That's the only way I can compare it, because we have a lot of we have oil and we have cows. A lot like in Texas, we have a lot to do. Calgary, Alberta to Dallas, Texas is a really hot flight. Alberta, just congratulations. We voted in our new government, and Texas gave us $4 billion to develop oil because our new government was, you know, uh, just doing a great job. So way to go, Alberta, for voting in this incredible new government. That government apologized for the effects and firing people, harming people that refused to get the shot. It's the first government in the world to publicly apologize for the abuse it put on the people due to COVID. And that's a whole. I know that's a whole other thing, but I'm really proud of Alberta. I live in Calgary, Alberta. My research is in British Columbia, but I'm just trying to help give you guys perspectives about Alberta boys. We're tough. We take the cold. I was born and raised in Alberta. I went to the University of Alberta, and I was so proud of these Alberta boys. Just such tough dudes, like so tough. They came out there and experienced northern hospitality, and I'll tell you, people, they went from this level to this level. Like, they took step up. They were ice bathing, tough as hell. They were learning about tracking, learning about Sasquatch, identifying tracks, identifying incorrect tracks as opposed to correct ones, making mistakes, learning from them, growing and expanding. And they just exploded. And we had major discoveries that you'll see in the upcoming videos. So, a wonderfully, tremendously exceptional expedition. I think we were a little damaged. I noticed that something I use as a major environmental indicator is the amount of birds that are out there. Last year, I literally had 5 times as many birds chirping and making sounds at night. The birds are tremendously important, and I believe they weren't there because there's been a lot of fires in Alberta, a lot of smoke damage. So if the birds are being affected, there's other things going on in the ecology. So just very interesting things to note. So congratulations to the Alberta boys. Literally took it to a new level. Now they go home and they maintain this level and grow up a little bit. They get all this new knowledge, all this new understanding about mind speak, telepathy, how you move and connect to the earth, all these immensely important things, and they'll be ready for more. And I look forward to having all three of you back. I hope you guys are. I'm not really, for my expeditions, guys. I'm not really interested in bucket listers. Which means people just want to come out just to do a thing. I'm interested in teaching people that want to teach other people to grow, because once we get to the next level of this discovery, and I am Todd Standing, and 4 times I have exploded in the media. 4 different times I've been international headlines. So uh, this will be the next time I explode will be time number 5, and I'm really going to take advantage of it. I'm really going to make some major changes. I'm going to, but I don't know what that's going to take, whether I go on the Joe Rogan show, whether Mr. Beast calls me, whether I come up with brand new thermal footage that requires a press conference. I've also come to understand that uh, I feel that, again, I don't want to ruffle any feathers here, but a substantial mistrust of the media, especially the government here in Canada, is very dictatorship, very corrupt. Uh, Anybody who doesn't know that isn't paying attention. Our leader is very, very corrupt. Uh, just some awful, awful things have been going on, taking away our rights, taking away our guns. As a person who goes out in the wilderness and requires guns to survive, when I'm versed by mountain lions and bears that are trying to take my life, and I don't have the right anymore to carry a gun to defend myself or my expeditioners, that's absolute horse crap. And just a lot of bad things are going on, and we need to make a change and grow out of it. So I'll be helping facilitate that change once I explode to the next level. And as you guys are probably aware, I really know that this is not just a discovery of a new primate species. Actually, they're not primates. Specifically, they're hominids. This is a discovery that will explode humanity into the next awakening, where we realize that we have a new sensory perception. It's all in the science. The science all supports this. So where we all just come to that other level of empathic ability and connectivity and cooperation amongst the people, and transparency, which is what Sabe, as the Blackfeet call them, are all about. They're transparent and honest and truthful because they can communicate telepathically, and through that manner of speaking, uh, they are honest. You're not deceitful. I can literally sit down with somebody and just open up my heart to the truth, and they can open up their hearts, and we can communicate without saying a word and really understand each other. And I think that's a beautiful future that me and all my colleagues and all my people work for. Everybody who comes out understands that with absolute clarity. And I think a lot of you do. And if you don't, I'd encourage you to look into it, because mind speak, remote viewing, empathic ability is all an absolute truth and reality. The sooner you embrace that, the sooner you'll explode off to the next level. Thank you very much for tuning in today, Andy, and I appreciate your help. So, hi, Todd. Sandy from Ohio. Hello, Sandy Miller. Andy, this is Maynard. Oh, and Bigfoot, was it Michigan Bigfoot and Wildlife? I hope you're on today. I heard that you had a pretty serious surgery, and my heart goes out to you, my friend. You're in my thoughts, and I give you good positive, even if you're not able to watch the show today. One of our longtime watchers, I guess not listeners, it's a watcher here on the channel, is having some serious health issues, and our wonderful positive thoughts go out to you, my friend, and we hope everything goes well with you. Has Sasquatch moved due to the Alberta Canadian wildfires? Of course they will. Of course it's going to affect them. They're in the wilderness, right? There's going to be major changes that affect them. And man, there's some major stuff going on out there with fish and wildlife. Not even the wildfires, but we've got pine beetle problems, and then fish and wildlife are starting purposeful fires to help kill the pine beetles. And I don't know. It's really crazy out there in the wilderness, and just taking it step by step. Had something smack on the side of my house so hard last night, whatever it was, knocked 3 pictures off the wall. My dog went crazy, woke me straight up. Well, funny you mentioned that, Sling Blade. So we were in the trailer, the three of us, and we heard a smack on the outside of that trailer so loud it had to be a Sasquatch. Then we noticed some finger marks on the side of the trailer as well. I didn't really film it much, but we all know what happened. When it happened, I thought Zach jumped out of the bunk and hit the ground hard. Zach and Dylan thought I dropped my suitcase on the ground, and Mark thought I dropped my suitcase or Zach jumped out of the top bunk. So we all kind of just assumed it was somebody else. It must have happened around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then we all woke up and I was like, my suitcase. I dropped my suitcase on the ground. It's like, it makes nothing for sound. It went tunk on the sound. Like we heard a whack on the side of the trailer. It was really loud. And it was like a hand hitting the outside of the trailer, which was on that aluminum siding. So very, very profound. And I know Sasquatch do that. They've been doing that to me a lot. One of the many, many things that happened. Oh, and by the way, Logan, so your sound device, I barely touched it. Dylan got a hold of it. Zach was just using it religiously, going around with it. So, and he got some really good success with it. So thank you very much. Also, thank you to Robert Kreider, because Robert Kreider's designed sound device. And I don't have it with me. It's actually out in the bush. And I'll be live next week. Oh baby. Live next week with 2 new expeditioners and an old-time veteran, James, who walks around with a Sasquatch photograph he took on expedition with me. So no pretty lady tonight. Ashley is not here. So thank you, Andy, for putting that up. I am probably the first full-time Sasquatch researcher in the world and growing. This is growing leaps and bounds, ladies and gentlemen. This this cooperation is expanding as fast as I can have it grow, and it's going to get much more powerful. If you're passionate about the discovery of Sasquatch, by all means, go to discoveringbigfoot.org. If you make a donation here on YouTube, YouTube should give you much gratitude because YouTube gets the vast majority of the money. I'm very grateful for this platform, but if you can afford it, by all means, go make a donation because all I do is my life is Sasquatch research. I make these videos, I talk to people, I make movies to help move the Sasquatch research forward, and I spend, how many weeks a year? So probably over 100 days a year out in the backcountry wilderness, researching Sasquatch, boots on the ground, and it's a tough job sometimes, but I sure love it. She saw him from the back door, like oranges I left. That's fantastic. Sling Blade, did you find signs of anything outside? So you guys are talking about a little thing. Hello, James. So James, shout out to Mike, Central Michigan Bigfoot. Thank you for reminding me, and I just spoke about that a minute ago. Mike from Central Michigan Bigfoot and Wildlife is the full sentence if he's not here today. Again, our thoughts are with him for his medical procedure he has to go through. Sherry, no, it's been so dry here. No way find actual footprints. So Mariner, I know 100% she saw one. Okay, so Mariner's had a real sighting here. She said it was big. She said it moved fast, but her eyes, it was like slow motion. The big ones do that to you? I guess I could see that. A Sasquatch experience is very profound. It's so I could see it being like a slow motion thing. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I would really agree with that. For me though, it doesn't seem slow motion. It just seems like everything moves in motion, but like when I filmed video 3 as an example, you only see the Sasquatch go ho ho, and the Sasquatch goes up 15 yards in 3 seconds, blasting in the wilderness, and it felt like a lot. It felt like a lot longer. And then when I saw him kind of come out of the heavy dense bush and into a more open area and then back into the wilderness, it felt like a longer time than actually I recorded. And I'll certainly tell you something. That Sasquatch was enormous. And when someone independently did a review of the size of that Sasquatch and showed that Sasquatch was taller than 9 feet, I wasn't the slightest little bit surprised. So, in fact, that when I'm filming that and you hear me go, huh, huh, like that, I was literally ready to run in the opposite direction. At that time period, I'd learned within 3 days that Sasquatch was real. I knew they didn't exist before that. Let me put it that way. I was eating crow, getting my lessons. I just filmed video 2 a couple days before, and then I had a day off where the Sasquatch were interacting with me. I knew something was out there, and I couldn't believe the species was real. And on day 3, I was fed up. I just wanted to go home. Once you have that paradigm shift, even for people that believe Sasquatch exists, after they see them, the paradigm shift takes a long time to settle in, and it's very natural. You don't just have this life-altering experience, and it just flows. You still have that old you. And when you're making that transition, like I talked about with the guys, when you go from here to here, you have a tendency to kind of want to get pulled back down, get into your old habits. Even like when people lose weight, you so easily can put it back on, you know, or get fall back into old bad habits. It really takes time to sit here. And that's what I told these guys too. They all these three expeditioners went to a new level and they all know it and they all feel it. And now the Sasquatch want to see not not this. They want to see you go up, right? Grow to that next level. Because that's what'll happen. You're not gonna stay static. Which way are you gonna go? You start here. Probably what'll happen is you kind of get pulled down a little bit, and then this is the reality bit. You go back up. If you do that, the Sasquatch are gonna love you. You're gonna get your next lessons. When the student is ready, the master will appear. When a student is ready for the next lesson, the Sasquatch will give it to them. Sasquatch are the masters of the wilderness, and I have so much respect and admiration for them. I can't emphasize enough how strongly I feel that Todd should not pressure the Sasquatch in his area with drones. Not in any way. The mind speak I'm getting is adamant against it. And I totally disagree with you. I can't disagree with you strong enough. Literally, you need to understand this, Vernon 52. In case you didn't see this, last October, before this drone was public and on the market, before I knew it existed, the Sasquatch were mind speaking to me images of them being filmed thermally. I was seeing it. I didn't know what the hell was going on. In February, when I saw footage from this drone and people were telling me about the technology, I was like, why have I seen this before? And then I viewed back to a day when I'm actually out with Jason Shoot, and I'm literally telling him, why am I seeing black and white images in my head? They were precognitioning me to go get that drone. And I sat down with Ashley and mind spoke to the best of my ability with Sasquatch, and they want this. And they explained to me why. And the whole rationale and logic behind it came out, and it was really amazing. So we're going to agree to disagree. I could be wrong, but I've been wrong before. The problem that you don't understand, the Vernon 52, is I need to go to a new level. It's not, and people are like, oh, I'm tired of the tree breaks. I'm not worried about other people. We saw new stuff. We found a new kind of tree break this year, two new kinds of tree breaks that are really mind blowing, that have given us incredible lessons. And, but I need next level. Like 2023 is a year that it's resonating with me profoundly. I'm going to get significant new evidence from this drone about the ecology, about the wildlife, about the landscape, and I do think about Sasquatch. So I'm very excited to have. I was flying the drone and we had excellent results. The Sasquatch were still around, so uh, lots of stuff happened at base camp. The Sasquatch will come around at base camps where there's noise and music playing, and all I do is that drone literally launches. It goes up in the air, and then you hear. Well, airplanes go over once in a while. Helicopters fly around, and I think the Sasquatch and all the animals and species there are just kind of immune to that and ignore it. But the Sasquatch know what's going on, and I believe this is the right way to go. Uh, am I wrong? I don't think so, but I could be. Am I perfect? No. Do I make mistakes? Yeah, I do. And nobody will pay for those mistakes more than I do, but I have to take risks. Uh, I'm I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not gonna apologize for being brave and moving forward and fighting for this discovery to go next level. There's a lot of people that have been complaining about me for years, going, "Why does he just fly a drone up in the air? If they're taking apples, just put a drone up and let's see it." So I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try. What I need to do, even anybody can understand, is to move forward, you have to know what not to do. Thomas Edison taught us that. Every great scientist, Einstein, Stephen Hawking, they have to learn what not to do. They have to learn what doesn't work before you learn what works. That's all the process of any kind of building a home and structural design and any kind of just foundational procedure you're going to build. Gorillas. How do you know the first time a gorilla charges at you, he's not going to bash you and beat the crap out of you? Or maybe this time he will hit you. What makes that difference? And you're going to have to learn, and you're going to learn the hard way a lot of times. And what I insist upon doing is learning. I will change, and I will not continue to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result, because that's the definition of insanity. I must try new things, and I refuse to sit stagnant and not take risks. So I'm all for it. Hi from Quebec. I am half French. Thank you for tuning in. Slingbite says there's game trails behind my house, but too dry. Yeah, I found game trails don't work too good. Bigfoot isn't real. Get a life, bro. JC Denton, what are you even doing on here? Just go away. We're yeah, I'm not in a place for that. Bigfoot isn't real. Get a life. Can we remove this guy? This is JC Denton. Like, bro, go away, bro. So Bigfoot is real, and you're yeah. So I don't know what to tell you. Yes, everyone. Mike is going through brain cancer, and he's having a tough time. Please send the prayers. Thank you for that, Andy. Appreciate that. Boot that guy off. Yeah. So Todd can't wait to get out there next month. Logan, how's it going? I'm excited, brother. It's going to be very, very exciting. So, uh, gosh, and I have an expedition coming up in like 3 or 4 days. I'm heading out, so we'll be live, and I'll have been out there. So 1, 2, 3, like 4 or 5 days before the live show. So I have a lot of new information. So that's pretty cool. So Sling Blade, well, that's so interesting. I'm sure you're gonna have them on high alert. Good luck. Good luck. I agree. Hit the thumbs up, Andy says, and I agree. Hey Todd. Hey Zach. Thanks everyone for the thumbs up. Boom, boom is what the Sasquatch call themselves. It's fantastic. Do you have any image yet from your new drone? Not well. Maybe. I gotta substantiate that or not. It is new technology, and we're working on it. So, and nobody, I'm not able to have mentorship. This is all groundbreaking stuff. Like, I'm gonna have to learn how to identify a Sasquatch, how they move. There's just so much information, or not. But oh, look at this, Central Michigan Bigfoot and Wildlife. Hey Todd, hi Andy, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Nice to have you. So hope you're doing well. Greetings from Puerto Rico. Hello Puerto Rico. We have this show is a worldwide international show. See people from all over the world. Yolanda Rogers, have you looked ST Sasquatch Ontario with the pics of Bigfoot? Can you let us know your thoughts? So I have a colleague who's an expert on breaking down masks and stuff, and so there was some Sasquatch Ontario stuff that came out, completely fake, completely garbage, and yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's fake, and the person's a liar, and yeah, just leave them be, because I don't know what to say. Just keep moving forward with good positive energy. I've heard people say that once they have encountered them, it doesn't end. Well, Sherry, I kind of call that like if there's something special about you where you've had an encounter purposely, like a Sasquatch show themselves to you, there's something special about you, and yes, I would consider that something that can be reoccurring, and that happens a lot. So Slingblade, never heard anything like it before or since. I'm a trapper and an outdoorsman. Well, congratulations on your success, Slingblade. Blue Mountain Cowgirl, I found 4-inch long reptile track in high alpine area in Colorado. No water sources nearby. Well, I have no expertise when it comes to reptilian stuff like that. We don't have here up here in Canada. Even like I've been into Montana, Washington State, they don't have reptiles anywhere near that size. What's your thoughts on Sasquatch Ontario? I just spoke about that a minute ago. Hitchhiker effects, Sherry Badden. The wildfire, someone says. Blue Mountain Cowgirl. Could attract been from a large bird. Thank you, Andy, for that. That's a good point. Todd, I know all your shows so much. I always learn so much. Thank you, Kay Savage. I'm glad to be here to help out. I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. I don't mind saying it at all. Jake walked to my mountains. What? Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, I miss Jake. Maintenance worker. Hey, how's it going, bro? So how's Nia Bay? Not to push into too much habitat and show respect on the ground. Good call, bro. Not to push on into their habitat. Yeah. Show some respect on the ground. Thank you, Brian, for that. Brian is an elder from the Macaw Reserve in Nia Bay. Beautiful place. I can't wait to get back there. Nia Bay, Larry, Analia, all the wonderful ladies that work with Analia, and Brian, and the new people that I met in Nia Bay. It was a wonderful time out there. I can't wait to get back. That's got like such a special place in my heart forever. And then I have Ashley. Uh, Ashley, I work with my lady. Um, you know, they're just like embracing her so well. She's resonating so good with them. They're enticing her to get a a passport and go down there and visit. And I'm thoroughly encouraging that. It's wonderful. Gosh, these all these people in Nia Bay, I just can't tell you like what a special place that is in my heart. The lessons that I've learned from those amazing people, and it's you know they have all this. They've helped me so much, and they have so much faith in me, and respect, and they've treated me with such respect, like northern hospitality, given without thought of reward, like just the rarest things, the most beautiful rare things that just it's hard to find that stuff nowadays. But I'll let you all know that through this Sasquatch research and through this journey, I've met the most amazing people of integrity and honor and trust and justice. And the Nia Bay people that I've worked with are just reeking with integrity and wonder and amazement. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to come back, and you're going to get your karma. So you reap what you sow, and that works negatively, and it also works very positively. And as this discovery explodes to the next level, there's so much going on, so much going on, so much power is coming this way. I just can't wait to push it back out. So, because the things that Larry and Analia, as kind of high-end teachers, and what Brian is doing, embracing the macaw way, it's so beautiful. And when this discovery explodes to the next level, I can't wait to just give back without thought of reward, because so many amazing lessons. There's so much of that going on, guys. So many good people. They're supporting me, helping me as I reach out and help back. It's a circle. You gotta. I receive and I give. I receive and I give. It's this beautiful flow, and it's growth. You know, when I go out, and I literally had the honor and privilege of teaching these three incredible men this week, and they're going to go back out and talk about it and explode. Zach's dad's a huge fan of mine. Dylan's this dad is this incredible Cree man, and their families is going to resonate back and grow and expand and explode. Everybody I teach, everybody I touch with this beautiful energy, it just goes right back out there into the universe and creates positive growth. What are you doing to make the world a better place? I literally fight for it, and we all can make a difference. And you gotta do something, guys. It's a constant battle between good and evil, and I'm not gonna pull any punches about it. There's evil things going on. There's evil people. They're doing bad things, and it's all over the place. And if you don't stand up, if you sit idly by and do nothing, you know, you're uh, you're part of the problem. You have to be part of the solution. So go do something. Go work with somebody. Go mentor. Go talk. You have things. Go create a skill. Go learn a new skill. Expand. And the skills I'm suggesting are nature, earthing, grounding, plants, mushrooms, foraging, fungi. Greens to eat, tracking animals, birds, martins, badgers. Oh my, what's your thing, right? What do you love? Go study these things. Go connect to something that's wild and get some freedom back in your life and find some serenity and meditate, and then go speak well of it. Take good care of yourself because you matter. Eat good food. Spiritually grow. You must be doing these things, guys. When you do that as part of this planet, you're fighting for its betterment, and it's a struggle, guys. There's a war going on, and it never stops. I remember Einstein talked about it. Just constant battling for survival, and for me, it's to thrive in this beautiful planet, and I know that's what I work for. It's what this discovery is about, right? It's to help heal this gorgeous planet, and it happens one person at a time. So I'd encourage you guys to get a mentor. Find someone, read a book that's inspiring to you, and grow and expand and help. Work on your third eye. It's so important. So and and the planet needs you, and you owe it to this beautiful world, this incredible sun that gives us life, and this beautiful planet that's our mother. You owe it to not be sloth and go out there and fight for some greatness. I do not believe this is Blue Mountain Calgary. I do not believe it. I do not believe so, I had a waffle pattern with scales. Oh my goodness, she's talking about the reptile thing. But that was long before affordable cell phones and cameras. So Sling Blades talking into another topic. Did you take photos, Todd? Todd, you need to able to have gun on your wilderness, and as so, yes, Scott. And don't worry about me. I take care. We're taking care of out there in the wilderness. Scotty vlogs. We're waking up more and more, aren't we? Look, that's what I was just talking about, Scotty. And it's our job. It's every human being's job to grow. That's what evolution is. We can't evolve if we're not growing and expanding and learning about new information that's right out there, guys. Resonate with the truth. The truth should be so obvious to you. It's all around us. So, Canada should be Canada should be ashamed of that gun law. You carried a revolver. I did, and we're working on some stuff. We'll figure out some stuff as I explode to the next level, which is coming. I'll have more power to do things with this new government in Alberta specifically. So yeah, we'll keep moving forward, guys. Don't worry about my safety though. Everything's 100% cool with me. So Zach, oh, is that Zach? We didn't see anything. Is that my Zach? So yes, we did not have a sighting, but uh, I don't think you guys. I think we all agreed you guys weren't really ready for a sighting yet. But your growth was so. Is this my Zach? So I wish I could just make him a moderator. I used to be able to do that. Don't know how to do that. But hello, Zach. Thanks for tuning in, and congratulations on your tremendously successful expedition. I'm just so happy about it. So he might be referring to Zach might be referring to when I had that heat signature that was at the top of a tree and then it went away. So he's right. He went out there, uh, had tremendous feelings about what was going on, but we didn't see anything. Well, hopefully it's just a one-time thing. Me personally, I would like to have an experience seeing one or hearing one. It's just so fascinating. Thank you, Sherry. Yes. So empaths are all waking up. LOL. It's awesome. I totally agree, Scott Harris, and that's wonderful. No human being can possibly be that loud. Wasn't a man. Thank you, Slingblade. Well, we didn't see a Sasquatch. We saw a lot of evidence. That's correct. So, in fact, there was really I can't even like it's a hard expedition for me because I felt it was so tremendously successful. Successful. These guys learned so much. We saw such profound evidence with the straw break, as we'll call it, Zach, that I'll get into, which is really significant evidence. And then the tree break with a bent tree under it, the track that they found, um, and then the rock knock way off in the distance when we're up way in the back country. The Sasquatch tree breaks up there. There's so much significant stuff happening. It was absolutely fantastic. There's Central Michigan Bigfoot and Wildlife. I'm here, Todd. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Again, my friend, uh, just take a moment to really give you some positive energy, and you know everything's going to turn out real well for you. My positive energy and my thoughts are with you. Hello, Doug Wilson. 2 ways to document a Bigfoot encounter. That is fantastic. Thank you for putting that evidence or that information up there. In that, you can send us an email at bigfootencounter@gmail.com if you've had one. We are getting smoked out in New York. Oh, so ugly, isn't it? Just awful. What do you think of YouTube channel Sasquatch Ontario with the recent videos? They're not real. Still doing well for now. Starting treatment June 19th. That's fantastic. Mike, again, all the best for you. So I live in New York on the border with Cornwall, Ontario. That's funny you say that, Doug Wilson. I have pictures of me when I was like 3 years old with a Jack Russell Terrier in Cornwall, Ontario. I had my grandma Ireland lived in Cornwall, Ontario, and so did my family for a very short time. So I became a full blown. I was born in Alberta. I spent a couple years, I think, in Ontario and Newfoundland, and then I came back to Alberta, and I've spent the majority of my life in Alberta, and the vast majority, like 97% of my life, in Alberta and British Columbia. It sucks. The air quality is so bad. Todd, what software do you use for your editing pics? Uh, Software do I use for my editing pics? Well, just for my screenshots, I just use Photoshop. I have like a basic knowledge of using it, and that's it. I have the Adobe collection, and where I'm an expert is not with photographs; it's with video editing. I edited the entire Discovering Bigfoot movie, and I used Adobe After Effects to animate in, trackways or or blowing up a track so you can see it more clearly. So just my skill set is very documentary style. Like I don't do any kind of serious special effects of any kind. I can do enhancements a little bit here and there. Hey, could there be a chance that they could be an intelligent Sasquatch back in the days where the skins were created spears and named Wendigo? No, Wendigo is totally different than Sasquatch Yori 44. It's all this like I have knowledge of what Wendigo actually is from the native people, like from elders. And Wendigo was just when a person got a human being, like a native person, went crazy and became like a cannibal, started killing other people. So for whatever reason, that would be the Wendigo spirit, and they would do a special ceremony to get rid of it. So it's got nothing to do with Sasquatch at all. So many things get bastardized in in pop culture. So Mike, why don't you post your GoFundMe page here? Oh, good idea. Kelly Ann Burns. Hi Todd, you're awesome. Hi everyone, it's good to be here. Kelly Burns. Hello Kelly from Pensacola. Thank you very much for tuning in today. So Doug Wilson, what's up from Plattsburgh? Cool. Thanks, Nathan. Yeah, the pick of Neff is awesome. I don't know what the Neff is. Uh, have there been any have there been any empaths on expedition? Well, Zach is an empath. There's most people I take out. No, I shouldn't say most. Quite a few people I take out. Like Ashley's an empath. Zach's a powerful empath. He's got really good skills, and the more time Zach can spend in the wilderness and connecting with nature, his skill set will go right through the roof. I think he's a very talented empath. Um, I have just off the top of my head, I have three more empaths that are coming out this year. They're gonna get tested by me that I've never worked with before. But I think the most powerful, consistent empath in my life is Ashley, and I am an empath as well. So I have empathic skills that I'm working on. Pretty much everybody is. You gotta be working on that. Like it's you know it's the level of empathic ability that's really impressive with some people. And in the last 2 years, my empathic ability is quadrupled at least. So if I can do that, if I can double my empathic ability in the next 2 years, where I've quadrupled it in the last two, um, I'm going to be doing well. So, how do you think Sasquatch will agree with being known by us humans? Or do you think Sasquatch will agree? Well, this is my perspective, and I agree with it from my mentor. Uh, my mentors, Nalia, and colleagues, Nalia and Larry, is anybody who looks at footage and can see the truth discovers a Sasquatch. And people that look at the footage, like the Patterson footage and my real footage, and go, well, that's fake, then that's just the Sasquatch want that. They want what people give them because it's just going to reflect, right? If people aren't ready for the discovery, they'll just look at it and laugh it off and go, "Oh, yeah, it's preposterous." These are a lot of people that are just extremely domesticated. I don't have much sympathy for them. You know, they're arrogant, omnipotent, domesticated, and ignorant. If you can't look at the breadth of evidence that we have of the existence of this species and just shrug it off and go, "Oh, it's just you're just a bunch of idiots," your mind is so closed that you are arrogant, ignorant, omnipotent, closed-minded. And I'm not going to be nice about it because I feel like I have some incredible mentors, especially uh, the native people that I've dealt with. Their people have been around for 20,000 years minimum, arguably, right? With that kind of background, and you go talk to these native people that have known about the reality of the species for thousands and thousands of years, and they're the greatest wilderness experts, boots on the ground that have ever lived. Like these great trackers are the most incredible empaths. They follow energy. They live and thrive in the wilderness based on their feelings and energy around them. That's their primary sensory perception, as their telepathic and empathic ability. And you look at these great human beings that can prove and have proven to me time and time again how incredibly exceptional they truly are. We've always known it. The legends of these Indian trackers that can follow people anywhere. I mean, it's all over our history, and yet we go schmeh. Even listen to this. This is how ridiculous you go. Yeah, they were the best trackers ever. They're amazing. Why don't we use them today for fish for search and rescue? Nope. And we look back at Custard and all the old West guys that had to use them. They couldn't survive without these trackers, even though they abused them and treated them like crap, mistreated them significantly, degraded them, even though they were keeping them alive and it was very disrespectful to do that. We look back and go, yeah, that was amazing. And then I go, why don't we use them today? Because we don't want to. Well, because we're making the same ignorant mistake that we've been doing for 100 plus years. I know these incredible trackers, immensely gifted trackers, that their lives are wasted away. They could be doing the most amazing things, teaching people and connecting them to nature, but they don't have that. The problem is somebody very empathic is generally very closed off. They don't want to be around people so much because they detect and feel all those emotions as it overwhelms them. So they tend to be very quite often solitary people, and they need someone, let's say like me, to bridge the gap. Where okay, I'll get you busy, I'll get you work. Like, hey, we got search and rescue here. Okay, well, you search and rescue can run your grid pattern and do your helicopter stuff and find nothing like you usually do, or this man will go out and just find the human being that went missing, and he will find them. These trackers will follow anybody anywhere. I've seen it. They're incredible, and we don't use them. And usually it's because it's some domesticated dude who's getting his funding. He doesn't want to give it up. Because why do you have $1 million worth of equipment when this native guy needs his boots and a jacket and he's gone and he makes the discovery? There's no technology that can touch what these native trackers can do, and we still to this day don't use them. I've never heard of a native tracker being used in a search and rescue mission. Why is that? There's still incredibly skilled Apache trackers that are most incredible. Geronimo hid away from the Mexican and American government that wanted him dead for an enormous length of time. He completely evaded them with a whole village of people. Those abilities, those Apache abilities to evade and track, still exist today. Why aren't we using it? And the answer is, it's preposterous that we're not. It's ridiculous. So just a few more questions here, guys. Oh, hey, Royal. Thanks for tuning in. I need to get to Canada at some point. David Daniels, well, we'd love to have you. Just because the government's a little off right now, I you could say that about a country for a time period. We've made some mistakes, and the the government that's in power right now is really corrupt, and they're using their corruption and influence to manipulate elections. They got power to do and change and manipulate things and be very deceitful and deceptive. And hopefully, we can clean it up right away. We're one election away from cleaning this stuff right up. So, empaths, have you had any on your expeditions? Yes, I have. I just spoke about that. Hello from Northern California. Hello, Nicole Premua, a nice French name that I can't pronounce very well. Um, okay, and East Tennessee. Hello, JP. So, Ashley, slow motion if they're teaching slow show slow motion if they're teaching slash showing you something. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate you being here. Ashley, boom. Everybody's gonna be so excited, right? So LOL, Ashley K, boom, Andy. Everybody's having a talk here now that they're all excited. Ashley's in. Slingblade, thank you. I'm still laughing. Slingblide's having fun there. Some questions. I know what you mean about seeing him and still not believing, transition believing. Look up 200 proofs the world is flat. Right? Hilarious. So, Kimberly, hello. Saw the opposite from them. So, everybody's saying hello to Ashley still. And there you go, Ashley, just agreeing with Vernon 52. If they don't want it, they won't allow it. And that's absolutely true. So we just take it step by step. I'm nowhere near. I'm just going to keep pushing with it. So take it step by step. We're talking about the drones and using them. Um, let's see here. Just the same old rhetoric going on here. Ashley, she's read she's read your comments and she doesn't disagree with you. Gee, thanks, Ash. Being a professor doesn't mean you're objective or tell the truth. I completely agree with that. So professors can be indoctrinated just as much as anybody can. Um, then you drop apples on them. I'm just looking for a good question here. Hello from Missouri. Come on, guys. Uh, Same old questions. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to end. Trial and errors, how you can learn. Keep going with positive people. I will. Nobody special. Thank you. That guy was a Wonka. I don't know what that means. Hello, everyone from Indiana. Hello. Okay, guys. Wow. Vernon 52, you're pretty arrogant. We'll see who's right, and I already know that I'm right on this one. Wow, that's arrogant. So I would never say something so arrogant and omnipotent. You sound like you just are a know-it-all, and I don't really appreciate that comment. Like I said, I'm moving forward and I'm trying something, and it may work out, it may not. I feel very confident in it, and it'd be nice to get your support, but obviously you already know everything, and I don't appreciate your arrogance like that. It doesn't resonate with me at all. So um, hi Todd, protect these animals. I will try to do that. Hi from Scotland. Wow, we're totally an international show. Yeah, that Joe says it'd be nice if I could hook up uh, the drone to a big screen. I actually want to go around. I have a little device. I think I have it with me right now. It's around here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I have this device from an old drone thing, and so when I'm flying the drone, I'm going to have an HDMI cord attached to this. It's a decent sized little screen, so I'll be able to now. This will be really cool. So when I'm on the expeditions and I'm flying the drone, I'll be able to have I'll be able to look through my own drone screen, which is about the same size as this. It's a pretty significant screen, and then I'll be able to they'll be able to look through this, and another set of eyes might be helpful. So that's going to be the show for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and yeah, I'm going to be doing these shows really consistently. I will have a video up this week. 95% chance of that. I'm not sure which I'm going to put up. I've got a cool Ashley video, and I've also got a bunch of good videos from this last expedition. That's what I'll start getting into pretty soon. Is I'll probably have to do uh, some videos just that I've been recording over the last couple of weeks, and then I'll start all the information from the expeditions are going to be up in videos. Like Zach, as he's here today, we profoundly filmed some of the really big successes that we got and our really good discussions. So right out there in the wilderness, you'll see boots on the ground, the success that we're having, step by step. Unless the drone or any other way I precipitate significant footage, I would like to use that to really explode this and make that the big next explosion of the next level, however that comes. So thank you very much for tuning in today, everybody, and take care of yourselves. I'll talk to y'all soon. I'll see you next week for sure on the next live show. Bye for now.